Is that Steve? No, it can't be. That was years ago. I nearly died. Testing myself, pushing through the hard stuff, connected by a rope. This is where I belong. Good times. Robson with Ward and Jim. Mount Fay with Steve and Rolando. That time on Foraker with Carl. Mark, Kevin, Dave. My buds, my saviors, my life. Fear piles up like spindrift.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Pins me down. Suffocating. Why do I search for meaning in the mountains? Who's waiting for me? Who needs me? Am I dead? My name is Barry Blanchard. The name comes to me through a twisted legacy. My story began with darkness, the trauma of my ancestors. This game of ghosts affects us in profound ways. We search for answers. We search for truth. In the early 1920s, the black hand of death touched our family with a gunshot, shattering the tranquility of a still night. His own granddaughter, my great-grandfather, murdered the baby in her crib. My great-grandmother fled to Canada and brought her older daughter with her. She married into a large family, and her daughter settled in with 7 boys. But darkness followed, and one night, her daughter was raped by one of the boys. My father was born the bastard of a crime that no one could talk about. He was Blanchard, and his surname has come to me. I'm not the sum of my father's dark past. I am my mother's son. My Métis mother has the courage of a tigress. and is the heart and soul of my existence. My mother was fierce, strong, and she didn't have much, but she had the strength to face her fears and challenges while protecting her young. I am the result of those who came before me and the teachings of my past. What if I don't wake up? That's a possibility. I must come back. My girls are waiting, my babies. I can't just lie here in the dark and wait. Nobody's coming to rescue me. How would they find me? It's not like before when we were invincible. Shaped by our past, shaped by the mountains. Chance encounters change lives. The universe calls the shots. You surrender to that, and help will come. I was 9 years old, riding a Greyhound bus after visiting my grandmother. My identity to that day had been shaped largely by despair and had little hope. I sat beside a woman reading a book, and a new world seemed to open in my mind. The heroism of alpinism, the words of Herrera, Terray, Mesner, and Bonatti resonated with something inside me. I'd found a calling, a path. Something awakened in me. I was ready to give everything to find where it would lead me. Once I started, there was no stopping. We didn't know what we were doing, but we climbed anyway. Climbed to escape, to find ourselves, to feel more.
Mr. Blanchard, can you open your eyes?
Mr. Blanchard? You mean Bubba? Bubba learned to climb. Man, we climbed everything. Ice! Climbing was my release, my reason for living. We pushed it farther every time we went out. We were young. Each time we didn't die, we'd laugh, say, great. Now we can try something harder. Up there, the perfection of the climbing touched me. It was magnificent, always pushing harder, trying bigger things. On a razor's edge, coming to accept fear as an ally. Tired. Why am I so tired? Mount Blanc, 1980. One rope length from the top, I took an ice chunk to the face. The crunch of breaking bone, accompanied by the splatter of blood across my nylon shell. I screamed and swore. I sheltered my face in the fold of my arm. And still we made it to the top, me and Kev. Man, I was hooked. The bear teaches many lessons in the way it lives. I wanted to find adventure, to face fears, to make courage a part of my being. I kept asking myself, am I good enough? Could I be good enough? We climbed everything. Yosemite big walls, the nose and the Salathé, white cotton pants, half-gallon chalk bags, red bandanas. I bought my first gear and danced to the Clash by the full moon in a meadow with my closest friends. Exhausted, empty, but friends will push you, dare you to be your best, allow you to share in success.
Avalanche! SPINDRIFT!
Andromeda. When was that? 83? I didn't think I had the strength to finish it. I felt small, scared, and intimidated, a hollow husk. But Dave fed me strength, courage, and we made it. And suddenly I'd done something. All around us were beautiful, beautiful mountains. The sun was warm, and I was with good friends. My life felt good. I got my first look at Robson then, too. I walked in with my gang, and we just stared at that incredible face. It was the next step in my climbing evolution. We weren't ready, but I'd have given anything to give it a try. I became a guide. It made me who I am. It gave me confidence and taught me to think on my feet. People looked to me for advice, for safety, for motivation. Early morning starts, understanding the snow, the ice, the weather. I became a leader, a mentor. I was an alpinist. But I guess I lost a lot too, and I hurt loved ones who waited at home. And I just wasn't there for others. I tried to take my brother up high into the glorious pain, high and above that other pain, the stuff that kills you, that killed him. I remember his face, his laugh so clearly. Nothing could touch me then. I had it all. Or did I?
Is he gonna be okay?
There are many ways to put our talents to work. After all I've achieved and accomplished in my life, my mom's proudest moment of me came when I worked on big Hollywood films. Stunts, of course, don't always end well. Or motorcycle rides. Is that where I am? No, I don't own a bike anymore. Or was that a dream? Who am I kidding? Poor city boys don't climb. I grew up in poverty, hard against the railway tracks in Calgary, the eldest of 5 Métis kids. I learned how to fight, do battle, to hang on, even when limbs break, ribs crack, my heart shatters. Climbing real mountains, though, that's where the real excitement lives. A 6-day ascent of the North Ridge of Rakaposhi in Pakistan. The alpine-style attempt on the central spur of the Rupal face of Nanga Parbat. That stuff is real, more than real. It's like having sex with death. Nobody had ever attempted this massive face in pure alpine style. That storm-swept, near-death ordeal should have killed us. But we just kept going. We never gave up. We survived. Sometimes we lose, we fall, we fail. The end of my idealism came with the death of my friend, Dave Cheeseman. He died in an avalanche on Mount Logan. It was nobody's fault. It just happened. I knew then that I could not live up to my ideals. I was imperfect, breakable. And then the cold hand of death reached out again. I was down climbing from the summit of Mount Baker at the Wapta ice field. I decided to lower 4 clients from an improvised anchor. The anchor failed, and all 5 of us slid 400 feet down the slope. An avalanche buried 2 of my clients. My decision cost them their lives. If we were allowed to change 1 minute of our lifetimes, I would choose the moment I decided to change from a down climb to a lower. At home after that was one of the darkest periods of my life. A dark lake of sadness underlies human life, and we skate on thin ice. Most of us break through at some point, and it is solely human hands that bring us back to the surface. Hopefully we bring truth back with us and share it. Writing, it's cathartic. A mountain is an arrow pointing up, and I get excited about sharing how climbing mountains has lifted me and my partners physically, intellectually, emotionally. How climbing has soothed my soul. So many years, so many friends, so many lessons. The inner experience of the alpine hasn't changed. You push yourself hard. You use all the skills that you have. You get on the verge of falling and hope you don't fall. It's a shared experience that all climbers have had since the 20s and 30s, right until now. Inside the hearts and the minds of the alpinists, like the heroes of my youth, they're having the same experience as any one of us that pushes ourselves in the alpine. I've learned to listen to my heart, make decisions from my heart. I don't make as many decisions from my brain. I make them from my heart. That's the place that real wisdom resides. The day Rosemary was born was the day I learned about unconditional love. I looked into her eyes and knew I was going to be there for her, always. I brought her to the window. It was a beautiful day. The mountains were bathed in soft colors. I held her in the sunlight and told her, "This is your world. It's all there for you to discover, and I'll be your guide." Three years later, Eowyn was born, and I knew I had everything I'd ever need. My life was complete.
right, Barry. Oh, that's a beautiful smile, honey.
After surviving so many adventures, last year I fell down a flight of stairs. I sustained numerous skull fractures and a life-threatening brain injury. It nearly killed me. When I awoke, I didn't know who I was or what had happened. It was the powerful memories of climbing and that feeling of love from my daughters and family that slowly allowed me to rebuild my memory and continue to recover. I'm so glad I didn't die. We've got so many more adventures still to come. Now we can try something harder.
Yo!